I'm seeing some other people come in and we'll get our live stream out. Beautiful. Okie dokie. We should be good. YouTube is playing nicely with us. That's great. Fantastic. I'll just check the Facebooks. You know, all of those ones from there. Facebook is live. Beautiful. We're live there. And the only final one I need to check before we delve into everything this morning, guys, is LinkedIn, and just make sure that Richard and I are live everywhere we want to be live this morning, which is a good thing. So we are everywhere. Beautiful. Okie dokie. That's good, isn't it, Richard? We're there. We're there.
Absolutely.
Let me just do a quick share into a couple of groups and then I'll introduce you and we'll get started. Thank you guys for joining me. You're in the pre-screen moment of this where we're actually just having a little bit of a chat and getting ready to start today. I'm being joined by Richard from Stunning, and we are going to be talking about those things that are really, really important when it comes to our course creation journey, and that is fail payments. We all hate them, and very shortly I will introduce Richard to you, and we will get started. Okay, I can get this. Oh, okay. Guys, I apologize. I'm on second coffee for the day and I took the weekend off. So we know, if anyone knows my head, when I take the weekend off, I need to get about 3 days worth of catch-up time to be able to do that. So let's get started for today's session. We're in a bit of a fireside chat with Richard and myself. It's fireside for him, you know, maybe it's fireside for us because we're over here as well. And, you know, it's damn cold here in Victoria at the moment. Now, I say in Australia, people are wearing jumpers today. So that's a fair in Queensland. So if they're wearing jumpers in the tropical regions, we know it's cold. Okie dokie. Let's get this started with a nice cut so that we can use it for podcast as well. Hi everyone, and welcome to a Course Creators Circle Expert session. I am absolutely excited to introduce our next guest to you. Richard joins us from Stunning. Now, Stunning is an amazing Thinkific integration that you can find in the Thinkific App Store to be able to use to be able to reduce the fail payments. So we've got courses, we put them out there, we've got payment plans, we've got memberships, and the last thing we want is fail payments. And there's also a few things that we need to do when we're about to recharge someone's card. We need to let them know that we're about to charge their card and what's happening. And if we manage this process a little more effectively with a tool called Stunning, or with whatever you want to along the way, but if we manage the process more effectively, we're likely to reduce our risk of fail payments, and we're likely to see more money coming into our bank accounts, which is definitely what we are all wanting to do in this course creation journey. So Richard is the founder of Stunning. He's the brains behind it. He used to work for Stripe, which is pretty damn cool in its process. And what we're going to do today is Richard and I are going to have a chat. He's going to share with us some thoughts on fail payments, how we can avoid them, some best practices, and how Stunning can also help us. Hey, Richard.
Hello. Happy to be here.
Happy to be here. So Richard, tell us a little bit about what started or what moved you into the process of looking at fail payments and all of those sorts of things. What even got you started on this whole journey about fail payments?
So back in 2009-ish, I started a website monitoring service with Chris Coyer of CSS Tricks. Basically, it was a thing that just went through your websites and said, hey, is this website up or down? If it goes down, you're probably losing money, so you want to be alerted about that. And eventually we had enough customers that we started to realize that payments were failing, cards were expiring, and we couldn't collect those payments. So we were like, I guess there needs to be something in here that will reach out to customers whenever their payments fail, give them an easy way to update that billing information without entering anything, without logging in as simply as possible. And so we built that. And then a few years later, I switched to Stripe, and Stripe was so early on that they didn't have that yet in Stripe, but we already needed that because we had a bunch of customers already who already had failed payments happening. And we were like, I guess we have to write a new version that works with Stripe. And we did. And out of that, I decided, hey, I'm so early on in Stripe. I bet a lot of other people who don't know how to write code will have the same problem as me. So I might as well turn it into a product and let other people benefit from the code that I've already written. And that turned into Stunning. That's right.
Ah, fantastic. Now, guys, as I mentioned to you, I think we've met Richard through Thinkific and through my role as a Thinkific expert, and failed payments, credit cards not being charged, people sending me messages going, my credit card's about to expire, I don't know where to update it, has all come into that process. And it is part of it, as Richard just said with his membership and with his HU side up or down stuff, as you take membership payments, it can get really painful along the way to keep track of everything. Some people do it in spreadsheets, some people do it just by the emails coming in that said the payment was failed. I know it's a headache. I know it's something that my accounts team don't like here. They don't like failed payments because they like the money coming in. So Richard, apart from, obviously using a tool like Stunning, what are some of the things that you've seen about failed payments coming up? Especially, we were talking earlier, you've got lots of course creators using Stunning. What are some of the key methods, not key methods, but key triggers that you might see when a failed payment's happening?
Key triggers? Things like the card is expired, a person doesn't have enough money on that card. So some people will sign up with their bank card, and at a particular time of the month, it doesn't have enough money on it. Yep. So if you try it at a different time of the month, it will. Things like that. Sometimes bank fraud filters are just a little too, what's the word? They're triggered a little too easily at certain times. They're like, hey, this payment's been going through all for the last six months that we approved every time. We think it's fraud this month for some reason.
I know.
If you try at a different time of the month, sometimes those payments go through. You don't even have to contact customers or anything. Lots of things like that. There's 140 something reasons why payments fail, but those are the most common ones.
They're the top of the list. Okay, so 140 reasons about why payments fail. I know myself, I don't care about those 140 reasons. In all honesty, as a course creator or as someone running a software out there, what I'm caring about is how do I stop it from happening inside my business? So how do I stop those failed payments happening? So, okay, we've put together something like saying, let's tell everyone, what does Stunning do? How does it help us stop those failed payments? Let's get to the point for everyone who's watching this morning.
So you have a bunch of subscriptions. At some point, some percentage of those cards is going to fail. A lot of times we see 20 to 40%, depending on the business. Yeah. Anyone who tells you an exact percentage isn't really telling you the truth, because every company is different. Every mix of cards is different. Every mix of banks is different. So you have to take it on a case-by-case basis. But what Stunning does is we listen to Stripe, and whenever Stripe says, hey, a failed payment has happened, we reach out to your customers in all sorts of ways. The most basic way is called dunning emails. Those are sent to customers when payments fail, saying, hey, your credit card has failed. This is the reason why. A well-written dunning email will include things like how much the failed payment was for, so they know what it is, who it's from, things like that. But one of the most important parts is there's a link in that email, which when they click it, takes them directly to a payment page where they can update that billing information as easily as possible without logging in, without doing anything special. The least amount of barriers you can put in front of a customer, the better. They're engaged, they're ready to update their billing information. They should be able to click it. We support things like Face ID, fingerprints. If their card is stored in their phone, they can be done in seconds.
Wow.
We work hard to optimize those payment pages so that a customer can get an email from us and be standing in a coffee shop line, look at their phone, their payment information is updated, they're charged.
That's awesome. Hey, Richard, you mentioned the word dunning. Now, for those of you who are starting in the course creation journey, I know lots of us are that are starting out here. They might be teaching craft, they might be teaching fitness, they may not be teaching. What is dunning? Let's explain that term, because I think it's really easy if you don't understand the terms to get overwhelmed and then not implement a tool like Stunning, which is easy for you.
Oh yeah. By the way, the name Stunning is Stripe and Dunning put together. So dunning. It's a process. It's like a 17th century term that describes the process of business owners communicating with customers to collect money for goods and services. Basically, they would send dunning letters, like actual letters to their customers saying, hey, you're overdue. Please pay us. And it's made it all the way to the century that we're in now.
Look, it's a huge thing when you think about it. It's about terminology. And I talk all the time about us explaining our jargon when it comes to teaching things online. So I thought it was really important that we explain to people what dunning is. And that's, reminding people that you need to pay us throughout that process. And that's where stunning comes into place. Now, guys, I'm going to run through a couple of examples with Richard, and I'd love to know some statistics as we talk about it. But from a course creator and a course creation coach point of view, there's a few moments in time where you think, might be sitting there now putting your course together going, failed payments aren't part of my process. My people love me. They're going to be able to pay me all the time. We don't have to worry about this. And sometimes that's how it goes. And we'd love to think that that's how it's going to go. But a couple of scenarios that we've come across in our own journey and I've come across with students. And one of those is the person's changed banks. So they don't have the credit card that they had anymore. They've changed banks, all of that sort of stuff's done. And while they did love you and they did intend to pay you, they forgot that they needed to update the credit card on your site. And that has happened in more times in running business than what I would care to mention. The other one that Richard and I were just talking about then was payment plans. So when you do payment, before we jumped on this session today, we're talking about payment plans. So as you put your courses together in places like Thinkific, you've got payment plan options where you're taking someone's taking a course and they're able to deliver it via payment plans. But once again, they don't have enough money on their account. The fraud stuff kicked in, as Richard was mentioning. These are those moments in time that you need to have a look at having payment plans, and also your memberships. It's all about those sorts of things. Or the card expires, or if you're in my husband's case, the fraud eagles got on his card the other week and said, right, we're cancelling it because there's some suspicious activity on his account, which is exactly what we wanted them to do. But I reckon we're still going through the process now of updating the cards and all of those things and going, oh, that was on that card and that was on that card. And that's where stunning comes into place. So Richard, you're the expert in this field. What have you seen when it comes to failed payments? What trends have you seen that maybe are going to affect our course creators going through this journey?
We've seen that if people don't get a handle on their failed payments, maybe they'll see 25% to 50% of their failed payments start happening. And failed payments are kind of an insidious problem where when it first starts out, it's a small issue. And over time, it starts to conflict with the growth rate of your business because you're starting to lose more customers than you're keeping. And in that case, something like stunning is really good because it can help you keep more of those customers. Statistic wise, let's see. Things that we've seen work well are in-app notifications. Basically, whenever payments fail, dunning emails are the simplest thing you can do, but you want to reach out to your customers in whatever way is best for them. The whole deal about failed payments is that it's tied to something called involuntary churn. And involuntary churn means your customers actually want to pay you. You have a good relationship with them. You're providing value to them, but they can't pay you for some reason that's out of their control. That's failed payments, their credit cards not working right, all that stuff. Yeah. So you want to reach out to them in the best way possible. With Sunny, you can send SMS to your customers when payments fail. You can send in-app notifications with that Thinkific integration that we have. Basically, yes. You connect Stunning to your Thinkific account, and when they're in the course going through it, we can put up a banner that says, hey, your card's about to expire. They're already receiving value from your course, so they definitely want to update that billing information because they're already engaged. And we see email, SMS, and in-app notifications work 30 to 40% better than sending out just emails.
Absolutely. And look, I can tell you from personal experience in-house, the in-app notifications on our Thinkific site, we've only been going for about a month, have already helped us. Stunning's already helped us receive recover some failed payments throughout that period of time. So Richard, you did this because, let's be really honest, you were in the same boat. You were having people come through and having failed payments.
Absolutely.
So when's the ideal time to implement something like Stunning in your course creation journey?
We like to get people to implement it as soon as possible, just because if it's already in place, it's kind of an insurance policy. Stunning actually has a plan where you can start for $0, and you can use Stunning for as long as you need. You can send emails for all the other important things that happen in your business. And we don't actually charge you anything until you start recovering revenue with Stunning, because we know how important it is to get a handle on it as soon as possible. I was listening to a podcast at one point where the CEO of Buffer was talking about how they didn't know anything about failed payments. Basically, a lot of people, and I was in the same boat, like, we're so excited about our business idea. We get into the business and we start acquiring customers. We're building the product. We're writing the course. And then we start getting customers. We're super excited about getting those customers. And then 3 months later, cards start failing. And you're like, I have these customers. These customers are good. Like they're happy with me. They're enjoying the service. They're paying me. And you start getting these credit cards failing. You're like, what is this about? And then you backtrack and you try to figure out how to deal with it. Buffer was losing millions of dollars. Like it would have killed their company if they didn't get a handle on it immediately. And they didn't know about it until like a couple of years after they started the company.
And look, I think that's a really important thing to know. We lots of course creators, lots of business owners out there are putting together payment options and putting together solutions that, are meant to design to get passive income. But if all of a sudden those renewals for that passive income, or the not so passive income, as I like to call it, start failing, they create more work. And then you're, on chat to Stripe, or you're on chat to the customer, or the customer's not got access, and the customer's going, but my card is perfectly fine. What's going on? And they on all honesty, these things happen. And you can't troubleshoot where the problem or the error actually is happening. And that's not only frustrating for you because you're wanting to build the next component of your passive income lifestyle, or you're on the beach somewhere wanting to sip pina coladas and be relaxing. It's very, very frustrating. And I was very much a big Buffer fan from the thing. And yeah, I would understand that, because I don't think we got a failed payment reminder for the whole time we used Buffer when the card was never charged or anything like that. And let's be honest, you get a couple of failed payments. There's only one or two. So, okay, well, I'm not going to really worry about following it up. But they multiply, and it stops your growth. And it actually stops your growth from existing customers who were willing to purchase, who were willing to buy from you, and willing to continue to buy just because something in the tech failed. So let's explain the process. So when we install Stunning, and look, it's really easy to install. I must admit, it's incredibly easy to install using Thinkific and getting it all connected up. We've got it connected to our Stripe accounts too. So I'm just going to talk to you guys for a second about how we use it in-house so that you understand. Then we might talk with Richard a little bit more. Stunning connects to our Stripe account. So it not only covers us for our Thinkific school, it covers us for our Acuity booking calendar, that if someone, fails to make the next payment for their appointment type or needs to update it, it updates there. And it works on all of our websites for product. So all of my sites, all of Clive's sites, all of our sites, it works on all of those sites. So the directories that we've got going, our paid services and all of those things, it's got working across all of those areas. Trying to manage failed payments, even coming to the end of financial year, I think we had about 30 outstanding failed payments that we needed to go and chase at the end of financial year. Now, it's not a huge amount, but in total, those failed payments actually totaled up to $30,000. So as a small business owner, you want to go and chase those failed payments, because $30,000 in my head's another project that I could go and be running and play and do stuff like that. So when we think about it, Stunning is not just Stunning or dunning emails or managing our failed payments is not just something we want to do just at our school. It's something we can do on a number of areas from there. So Richard, what have you seen when it comes to managing failed payments? Obviously we want to get in pro, and Richard's just told you can start this stuff on without a fee until you get to the right level. What's the level that there is a level in place that triggers in, doesn't it, Richard? Using Stunning?
The payments?
Yeah.
Yeah. We have to have recovered $166 of recurring revenue for you, which means that Stunning's paying for it. Yeah, Stunning's paying for itself at that point.
Beautiful.
Basically, we won't charge you till we cover our fee.
Fair enough. I like it. So if Stunning covers its fee, you're all good. And I love that. $166. That sounds pretty cool. Okay. So if we have a look at it from that point of view, that's really good. And I'm sorry, guys, I didn't know what the stat was, so I wanted to make sure we covered that with Richard well. Okay, Richard, let's play scenario right now. You're starting out as a course creator. You're about to build a course. how easily can I install Stunning on my Thinkific course? What's it going to take me?
I think you can do it in about 5 minutes. Basically, you sign up for Stunning, you create your account. The next step is we show you a page where you connect to your Stripe account. That involves clicking one button and then typing your Stripe username and password and saying, hey, Stunning can have access to when failed payments happen so it can do its job. And then you set up your emails that go out, your emails, SMSs, all that stuff that go out when payments fail. We support other important events in Stripe, such as welcoming your customers when they sign up, sending out emails when someone cancels their subscription, refunds, all that stuff. And all the emails are pre-written. So when you add a new email template and you click new, we've already written the email for you. You can just tweak it to however you want to match your brand and your voice. That's about it.
Enter your company details and you're all set up. And that's really, really cool. Now, we did say we were connecting Thinkific and Stripe. Where's the security? How secure are we, Richard, when we're using Stunning?
Very secure. It's number one thing we deal with because we have lots of payment information coming in. Basically, we're using something that Stripe designed called Stripe Connect, which is a secure way to link both Stunning and Stripe together. Once you enter your username and password into Stunning, it's sent directly to Stripe, and Stripe sends us back a connection that we use that's only used by Stunning. So you can see everything that Stunning is doing in your Stripe account. It's all tied to us, and you can disconnect it anytime if you need to.
Cool. So we are safe and secure. Okay, Richard. So I can't see any reason. And look, I said this when I spoke to you first before we got started. I can't see any reason why we shouldn't be using Stunning, because if it pays for itself and it recovers a fee, then hey, we're in a bonus situation for us being able to do that. But what are some final tips that we can leave course creators with today when it comes to managing our failed payments? What are some things that maybe we need to be aware of? And maybe if we haven't installed Stunning, when it's maybe getting that notice process that we need to actually automate this and we need to automate our failed payments.
Let's see. So some people, when they're starting out, don't like to have automation like Stunning, and they will email their customers one by one when they see payments failing. If you are doing that, you should have something automated in the future. But what Stunning does in those cases is it helps you stay out of spam folders. We do a lot of work by using a company called Postmark that sends only transactional emails, and we monitor the send rates of those emails. So if emails bounce, you'll see that happen in the Stunning dashboard. Like every failed payment is drawn out for you in the Stunning dashboard, so you can see, hey, this customer has failed 3 payments. You need to reach out to them personally. An email has bounced from this customer, so you might need to find an alternate way to reach them. Things like that, things that you wouldn't necessarily know.
Look, I think the text message is really cool in there as well. That's a really big thing that I think we should be implementing as well for people, because hey, 90% of our life is lived on our mobile now.
Yeah, we found 80% of customers who get SMS messages will respond to those, because people are much more on their phones. It's a one-tap thing. It's not a long message they have to read, because you can't be long in text messages. All of that works in your favor. People love to get text messages still, unlike email, which everybody sees as their to-do list that other people can stick things in. So you're not really happy about checking that. SMS is good. Reactivating accounts. A lot of times a customer will update their billing information, and then the way Stripe works, if you have your subscription set to cancel at the end of receiving too many failed payments, then you actually have to log back into Stripe and create a subscription for that customer again for them to be charged. With Stunning, you can set your Stripe account to say, mark the customer as unpaid whenever they have too many failed payments. And then what Stunning will do when we see that new information come in from the customer is we'll reactivate that account for you. You don't have to do anything, which cuts down all the time for you.
Fantastic. And does the customer get notified if we reactivate a payment like that they're going to reactivate their subscription to whatever service they popped into?
We'll tell them on the failed payment page, and then they'll get a receipt.
Oh, beautiful. Fantastic. And look, that's huge. I know in our marketing circle, we've had that happen quite often. Customers fail payment for whatever reason multiple times. and then they have to go back through the sign-up process to be able to reactivate and get access. But if you can do it automatically through Stunning and Stripe and Thinkific, hey, yay for me, I will save myself some time and some calculations along the way. Because especially if you have launch pricing or stuff like that, guys, this is where it affects you. You've got that maybe they signed up on a launch and maybe it was an unintentional fail payment, not an intentional fail payment. So you've got to get them back to that launch price. Then there's a whole heap of coupon adding and a whole heap of, been there, done that, don't want to do that again. So I'll be making sure that that's fully set up within our system over the next little while as well, Richard. So that's going to be a really big one for us. So you've been a Thinkific partner for almost as long as I've been using Thinkific. So that's a pretty big statement that I'd be suggesting. So I've been saying to all course creators out there, if you're not already looking at Stunning, please have a look at it within your course creation journey. And if you're not a course creator, have a look at Stunning anyway, because if you're using Stripe, this is a really good way for you to be able to up your payment cycles and continue to get the money that you've worked hard to get into place, because we all know attracting a client, a new one, is harder than re-engaging an old one or getting an old one to continue paying you. So if we can make the repayment process a lot easier in our course creation journey, then that's a huge one. Richard, I'm going to ask you to leave our attendees with one final tip along today that you would give them in course creation and fail payment collection so that they can improve their collection status within their business.
Okay. Make sure that you follow up. Following up is very important. In a lot of cases, we see people sending failed payment emails to their customers saying, hey, your payments failed, please update your billing information. But when the actual thing happens that they've been warning about, the subscription has been canceled or marked unpaid and the customer is not being charged anymore, a lot of people forget to send an email at that point saying, hey, it's actually happened, your subscription has been canceled, because some people won't actually update their bill information until they get that email. So it's very important to follow up.
And they forget, because life happens.
Absolutely.
So, okay, guys, if we're going to leave you with anything today, follow up. Remember, there is unintentional fail payments. Not every fail payment that you get is a personal assault to yourself within the course creation journey. Yeah, I used to think of them like that, and then I began to realize that it was not that process. So Stunning helps you be able to take that tool and really implement it in a way that's going to work for you. And hey, I know I've got better things to do than be trying to chase people for failed payments. I want to put a system into place that's going to protect me, because I am human and I'm going to miss one of them and I'm going to miss a follow-up. And that follow-up could be my highest lifetime value client if I don't look after them in the right way. So that is it. Thank you for joining us, Richard, and thank you for coming in and being one of our experts in this Course Creation Circle expert session. Guys, if you've got any questions, leave them for us in the comments. I will tag Richard in all of the live streams that we've got as well. And we'll be back with another expert session very, very shortly for you all. I'm Reed-Enever. I'm the founder of the Course Creators Circle, and I've enjoyed sharing some knowledge and some insider tips with you with Richard today on how we can manage our failed payments and get our time back. Thanks again, Richard.
Thank you.
Bye, everyone.